Thanks for being with us. You're with the news here on Mirror Now. My name is Apurva Sridhar. Let's get you all the updates now coming in this morning. While liquor shops are open across the country, there are several concerns that are being raised at this point where there have been instances of overcrowding and all the social distancing norms being flouted at every given stage. Now, this has, of course, been a concern for all the states, many of whom are now taking a lot of measures to curb the social distancing violations that are being seen across the country. Here's an update that is coming in from the state of Maharashtra in Mumbai, which also witnessed a lot of overcrowding outside the liquor stores, and Mumbai, which is now inching closer to the 10,000 mark of COVID positive cases. The civic body in Mumbai, the BMC, has now withdrawn all the relaxations permitted by the state government. Now, liquor shops, non-essential shops will once again be shut in the city of Mumbai. And this after there have been several reports coming in of how there was massive overcrowding which was visible outside the liquor shops, and all the social distancing norms were being blatantly flouted. In addition to this, the BMC says that this step, of course, is being taken to curb the overcrowding and to bring the situation under control. Let me go across to my colleague Disha, who's joining me live this morning with further updates on this. Good morning, Disha. Of course, we did see a lot of overcrowding that took place outside the liquor stores. Tell us about the kind of withdrawal of relaxation that has now taken place from the side of the BMC. What are the essential items which will remain open and what will remain shut now in the city of Mumbai?
Well, good morning to you, Apurva, and our viewers on the channel. Of course, at this point in time, yesterday night, the BMC chief, Praveen Pardeshi, issued an order shutting down of all the liquor shops in the city as well as the non-essential shops. Because remember, it was the centre's order which the government of Maharashtra had also gone ahead with, that how relaxations will continue for the red zone city like Mumbai as well. And keeping in mind, for the first 2 days, Monday as well as Tuesday, we saw that how the liquor shops were open in Mumbai, which created a lot of chaos. And specifically, BMC says that we cannot afford at this point in time such social distancing norms being flouted, because we saw that how outside liquor stores there were a queue up to 2 to 3 kilometers. People were just not following the social distancing norms. Law and order also in certain cases were out of control. So of course, keeping in mind that how the cases are only increasing in the city of Mumbai and the downtrend is yet to set in, these orders of shutting down of liquor shops as well as the non-essential shops in 5 per lane will be withdrawn until further orders. So this is to ensure that people do stay indoors, people do not really step out for unnecessary to buy a non-essential item. So in the city of Mumbai at this point in time, Apurva, if we talk about, only medical stores and grocery stores will be open. Apart from that, no non-essential shops which were earlier allowed 5 per lane or liquor shops will be allowed. This, of course, BMC chief also observed that all of these were the inputs received by the several news reports in the last 2 days, several social media posts, even inputs received by the ward officers as well as the police, that how people are only roaming left, right and center in the name of going and buying liquor. Social distancing was not at all maintained, and this will further deteriorate the condition of the city, because remember, Apurva, Mumbai is already in a red zone. It is inching closer to 10,000 positive cases. Till about yesterday, we saw that how the positive cases have touched over and above 9,900. So keeping in mind, to control the spread of the virus, these orders were the need of the hour.
Okay. All right, Disha, request you to stay with us at this point. We are getting some news that's breaking this minute. Mumbai witnesses an increase in the containment zones from 1,200 to 2,083 in the last 1 week. The count doubled in the past 10 days since April 24th, when it had 983 containment zones. Going back to my colleague Disha for further updates on this. Disha, this is of course imperative because of the kind of cases that we are witnessing. There has been a spike in the number of cases and testing has also doubled. Tell us about the measures being taken at this point with an increase in the containment zones. What are the measures being put in place, especially in these zones?
Well, you rightly pointed out the number of containment zones in the city of Mumbai has gone up from 1200 to 2800 only in the last week, and this is what the BMC is attributing to the higher testing that is going on every day. So for instance, if earlier the BMC used to test roughly about 1000 to 1500 samples every day, now they have actually increased the testing by 2200 to 2500 samples every day, and that is why we are looking at increase in the number of areas, not only from affected areas but also from the unaffected areas. And keeping in mind, of course, BMC has taken several measures on the ground level. If we talk about the testing, 95,000 lab tests have been done till date here in the city of Mumbai. This is of course on an average higher if you compare it with the state of Gujarat as well as we speak. Measures, of course, as far as containment zones are concerned, like I rightly pointed out, the first and the foremost was to shut down all the non-essential shops as well as the liquor shops. Only the essential services will be allowed. If you talk about the other measures on the ground level, there are medical camps, health camps being set up. There is door-to-door thermal screening being done in Dharavi, which is the worst affected area within Mumbai. If you talk about the other slum areas, because 70% of the now new positive cases are coming from the congested areas, Apurva. So it is getting difficult as well as challenging for the BMC to ensure that each and every person is being checked and screened in these slum areas. So door-to-door thermal screening is also being done. Senior citizens are put on priority at this point in time because BMC has identified that over 70% of deaths have happened of senior citizens who are above 60 years of age. So keeping in mind, those people need to be identified first. So all of these are certain measures that the BMC is taking on the ground level.
All right, Disha, many thanks for joining us and giving us all those updates that are coming in from the city of Mumbai. Meanwhile, other states like Haryana and Telangana have also followed the steps of Delhi and Andhra Pradesh in hiking the prices of liquor. Now, in Telangana, the prices have been raised by 16% and all liquor shops, excluding those in the red zone, will open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Meanwhile, in Haryana, COVID cess will be imposed on various categories of liquor. So this right now is further steps that have been taken by other states like Haryana and Telangana, who have also followed the steps of Delhi and Andhra Pradesh in hiking the prices of liquor. Now, if we talk about Haryana, the government there has imposed something called as the COVID cess, which is going to be imposed on various categories of liquor at this point. And they're also going to keep a strict watch on the overcrowding instances that have been reported across the country. And therefore, they are going to be keeping a very strict watch, and further measures have been put in place to ensure that overcrowding does not take place outside the liquor stores and social distancing norms are not flouted. In Haryana, we're looking at something called as the COVID cess, which is going to be imposed on various categories of liquor. So this is, of course, extremely important because several of the states like Delhi and Andhra Pradesh, remember, have already increased the prices of liquor. For example, in the national capital, the government had increased the price of liquor by almost 70%, and in Andhra Pradesh, it was hiked to 75%. Let me go across to my colleague Gurpreet, who's joining me live, getting us further updates on this. Gurpreet, good morning. Can you take us through the details coming in of how the Haryana government is dealing with this situation, and also about the COVID cess that has been imposed on various categories of liquor?
Well, that Haryana government has taken a decision. Yesterday there was a meeting of all the ministers, including the chief minister, and then they had taken a decision because every state is grappling and fighting with COVID-19, and they are trying to come out of that fight of COVID-19. For taking in view of all the situation, they have imposed that corona cess on the on the liquor bottles for the foreign based liquor. They imposed rupees 50, and for the for others 25. So they have categorized the corona cess on each and every bottle, so that the idea behind this thing, so that the revenue loss which they have been facing for the last 41 days, that they wanted to come out of that revenue loss, and that's why they had decided to impose that corona cess on the liquor sale in all over the state. At the same time, the permission has been granted from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and at this the way the Punjab is going on the online delivery of the liquor, Haryana hasn't decided anything on this thing, but they have given a permission from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and all these things are happening only to come out of that economy loss, and to boost the economy in future also.
All right, Gurpreet, request you to stay with us at this point. We're getting more updates now coming in. Of course, states like Chhattisgarh government has now launched a web portal for home delivery of liquor in the green zones, and this is, of course, to avoid overcrowding and human contact. Additionally, the Punjab government also has issued an order for home delivery of liquor to avoid flouting any of the social distancing norms. Going back to my colleague Gurpreet for further updates on this. Gurpreet, it looks like the Punjab government has taken a step ahead in making sure that the home delivery of liquor is possible. Tell us, how is the government facilitating the home delivery of liquor?
Well, first of all, that Punjab is a very, very delicate state at this point of time, if we can talk about COVID-19, because for the last so many days we have been seeing the rising trend of cases in Punjab. Keeping in view of all the situation, the Chief Minister has decided to give a green signal to the online sale of the liquor, and they are going to deliver at the doorstep. But this will be decided by the cabinet tomorrow. That is going to happen tomorrow on the 7th of this thing. But the proposal has already been moved to the senior ministers also, so that they will be able to understand and they will be able to discuss at a length. But as per the policy, let me explain to you that how this policy will work. As per the policy, they have decided the liquor sale from the event from 9 to 1 a.m. and from 1 to 6 p.m. that will be on online sale, and there will be the proper license for the two people from one vendor who are going to deliver that. The curfew passes will be given to them. They should be sanitized properly, and there are the clear-cut directions to the liquor vendors also, liquor vend owners also, that they should follow the norms of the sanitization and the curfew rules also. And at the same time, they have made it very, very mandatory that more than 2,000 liters the liquor will not be given to one person also. So all these conditions have been fixed by the Punjab government, and the final decision will be taken tomorrow in the cabinet, so that they will go ahead. And the main motive behind the Punjab government has been claiming that they wanted to maintain that social distancing, because in the few days they have seen in Chandigarh and other states also, there is a huge rush in front of the liquor vents, and they are not able to maintain that social distance. And this fight against COVID-19 is very, very mandatory. If we maintain that social distance, then the government will be able to fight against COVID-19.
All right, Gurpreet, many thanks for joining us and giving us all those updates.